The show where there are no penalties, nothing is offside, and everything is fair game. This is The Gloves Are Off.
Hello and welcome to The Gloves Are Off. I'm your host, Carly Agro, and the Colonel is back with an, what did you call it, Irish tan?
Irish red tan.
Irish red tan.
Oh yes, it was beautiful. I got really tired of 34, 35 degrees.
Oh,
it just
shucks.
really sucked.
Just
and then
rub it
you know what
in.
though, it's good to come back here. It
Yeah.
really was. It was good to get off and feel that cool air again.
Yeah, well, welcome back.
Thank
And dropping the gloves against you today is Shane Wald from the Lloydminster Reapers Rugby Club. Welcome, Shane.
Thank you for having me.
Rugby player, so you're used to covering up your ears, so you're not going to be afraid to go mano-a-mano against the Colonel.
We'll keep the ears on tape today, but I'm sure we'll get into some discussions
I
here.
just noticed he doesn't have the cauliflower ears.
No, he doesn't have them.
I'm one of the pretty rugby players.
Oh, okay.
That's what they call me. So.
Well, welcome, Shane. We're happy to have you.
Thanks.
We want to jump right in here to dump and change. Now, as this segment works, if you do not like one of the topics, you can dump it and move on to the next one. So we have about a minute and a half to hash all of these out.
Okay.
First up,
just one question though.
Okay.
Did you give us 3 minutes for Robert Luongo and his great
Yeah, he
goaltending
gets 10
stay
minutes.
for his performances on the road?
okay, that's where we're starting. Is Lou through? That's what I'm calling this one. There really were some terrible goals too soon in last night's game. Short side, glove side, whatever you want to say. But what is it that he can't play well at the Garden, or is he not getting the help that he needs? What was your initial reaction?
He just doesn't play well. I don't know if it's the building.
At all?
At
Or
all.
at the, oh.
At all. In Boston, he just, you look at his stats and, you know, he's, what, 16 goals in 3 games.
But look at him at home. Look at him at the Rogers.
Just
But
a
that's what I'm
typical
saying.
Homer comment.
It's just,
You got to be
he
able to play
doesn't-
both on the road.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
The angles or the boards, they're different, or the benches or something. He
Yeah,
doesn't like Boston.
Okay.
It definitely is, but on the same token too, last night he got let down a little bit by his defense. He really did.
Well,
I mean,
two goals in 35 seconds.
Yeah, but you know what's his name, number 3 for Vancouver,
Bieksa,
who's
who
a really
played for the Burlington Cougars, by
who's
the
a
way.
really good strong defenseman. But you take a look at that second goal. He gets caught on a bad line change. Their forwards are changing. The turnover neutral zone. He's going forward as a defenseman. He knows he can't go lunging forward, and then it's a drop pass to Lucia, whatever his name is. Yeah, and 5-hole. That's a bad goal, but it's a breakdown too. So yeah, the other 2 games in Boston where he got killed,
Yeah.
I would not say that was his fault. That was
Okay.
all of that was.
But you think last night he
was
got a little bit
responsible.
let down by his blue
because
liners?
Thomas makes all those big
I
saves.
don't know. That first goal over the shoulder there wasn't even close.
I think
was
he went like
down,
this.
He was out.
He did. It was awkward,
He was
and I was
just-
like, "Why aren't you? Is that one you reach up for, or do you just throw the shoulder? I don't know."
just having a heart.
Stand. You can't flop for everything. I mean, we've seen it in Chicago. He blew it in Chicago.
Tim Thomas, by the way, he'll win MVP no matter what.
Okay, wait. That's our next topic. Let's move on. Here's my question: make an argument why Tim Thomas does not win the Conn Smythe. Does not win.
Does not win. I don't know if I can.
You don't even know if you can.
Unless you count big goals. I mean, you got
He didn't have the right
Krejci.
mihairstyle.
You got
Okay, there we go.
He
Krejci
might
that
need to
scored a
shave.
lot of big goals for Boston, game winners. I think, you know, maybe Kessler for Vancouver is the only one that you could put in that
Crying
ring
more
for
than any
that.
other player in the hockey.
But I mean, no player stood out like Thomas at
Okay,
all.
and I feel like we're dropping lights, but okay, let's just say this out loud here. Ties Kirk McLean's 94 mark for most saves in one playoff, 761. Make
But
an argument why he does not win the
But
contest.
I can't make an argument for him. Because what? His beard is too long. He's got a nose hair that sticks out of the wrong place.
Yeah.
I don't
You
know.
think he's a
there's
shoe-in?
not. There's not even a question. If you look at MVP, you look like last night. Sedin was on TV talking. They did have chances to get back. Like first 4 minutes of that game
Was
could have been a
Vancouver.
completely different
completely
game.
different game.
So when you take a look at it, Thomas has done everything, and then Luongo beacon off, which is a
Yeah, but he got
worse thing.
misinterpreted. Even Don Cherry said that during hockey night that it was a spin-off. It was a play on his words.
If it's going to be if there's any question of any interpretation, because I played it, so I'm lucky enough to know. Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Don't put it
Okay.
out in the press.
Especially this time of the year.
So
I mean,
Thomas
you have to have
sits back there, and the saves he's making. That game could have been tied up easily last night. It easily could have been tied up. And so, from my perspective, Thomas has done it every game, and he can go into Vancouver. And what's he allowed in Vancouver? 4 goals.
Yeah.
1 goal in
Okay,
19 seconds in
Yeah.
the first game. So I mean, There's no reason why.
I think he should
win or
win it.
lose, he's got to raise that MVP
So that was
trophy.
kind of my next thing then. Like, win or lose, you don't think it makes a difference?
Not at this
No.
point. I mean, Luongo's flopped all over. You know, nobody from Vancouver, the Sedin brothers or sisters, whatever you call them, they're, you know, you can't tell if they're on a swimming team the way they dive or.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean,
I love
it's
it.
bad.
Just
It's
tripping
bad.
hard.
It's
Oh my
bad.
gosh.
The way they're diving out there, it's bad, and it's
Yeah.
embarrassing for them.
But
Did
look
you
at
watch
Daniel
it, Lad?
last night. He took the 4 punches and
Well,
didn't
they-
even retaliate.
Oh yeah, but did you
What
see
was
the
he gonna
hit?
do though? Swing his
Well,
purse?
all right.
Like,
Oh my God.
like he takes the punches because he can't do anything about
Did
them.
you see
Okay.
okay, it was a penalty. Did you see the elbow on Salo last night?
Yes.
Okay, it was an elbow, but did you that should be on
the
TV for
embellishments.
National Hockey League to review because he got hit and it wasn't even that hard.
Oh, it's
and then
just-
he went like this.
I know, but
Oh,
see,
it's-
that's what they were saying too. Now the Canucks are
my
chirping
God.
the officiating because
Well, they
They
They're
deserve what
losing.
they get.
They deserve the chirping because throughout this whole playoffs, you've seen them dive in the corners, little sticks.
Okay.
You know, in my opinion, they don't deserve to win.
Like,
the
I'm a
cup. They're
Torres
star
fan.
players.
Because
Don't
he's a man.
deserve it.
He's a
Torres,
man.
yes.
He's a man. He goes out and plays
Rafi?
the game.
okay.
Rafi
I got to
is-
move on to this next
No,
one before
because
we
we're
take a
talking
break.
about the tie
No,
guys
no,
coming
we're not
back.
getting. It's
It's
another hockey
coming
one.
back.
17-3. I'm talking about the goal differential here, but my next question is: we got one more topic before we go to break. Has this series become strictly home series now? We know that every game has been won
No.
at home. So, do you think that it's in the bag for the Canucks because they're back at home?
No, because I think in the first 2 games in Vancouver, could have swung either way.
Okay.
Luongo doesn't stand on his head tonight or tomorrow night, and it's Boston's game. Boston's
think
had
Vancouver
chances
has
the
it in
whole
the
Well,
bag?
you know I'm a Boston fan, so I'm going to go for Boston. I just think the key was said on SportsCenter this morning that said the first goal. If Boston gets the first goal,
Okay.
that's going to be a wild. And you know what? For everyone in Canada, and as my co-host last time, our guest Brody Foster had said, you know, half the teams are all Canadians, but Vancouver, I thought was amazing last night when you watched the TV and watched all those fans on that. That was
In the streets.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
So you know what? I want Boston to win. There's no question, but I like it to be the closest game, a double
Okay.
overtime win, Boston.
All right. Well, we have to take a commercial break, but stay tuned because we get to hash out the big 3. That's coming up next in
my
Dump and
fun.
Change.